everyone, Cream right here, and today we have Malik Smith, who is a Liberty University alumni, on with us today. Malik, how's it going?
I'm doing good. I'm doing well. How are you doing, sir?
Good, bro. Long time.
Long time no see.
This is a second round going. So can you, take us back in time and share how you got involved into the beautiful game?
Yeah, so started out in house league playing Central West, and then my first rep team was Brampton East. Then after Brampton East, I think where did I go? I went to Calden, played with Adonijah and his dad for a while. And then after that, I developed a bit more. Then I decided to go back to Brampton, play for Brampton Blast with guys you had on the podcast like Glenn, Sean, a couple of those guys. Then I got lucky enough to join TFC for a while. A&B, I went to A&B as well. Played with Niger again. Then I went to TFC for a while. And then I got actually offered a scholarship from TFC when I went to the GA Cup. Played at Grand Canyon University for 2 years and then transferred to Liberty and then graduated from there.
Nice. So you mentioned A&B, you mentioned Adonijah, Sean. Those guys are playing in the USL Championship right now. We even played at A&B together for just like a tiny little bit of time. And now you're in the States. You just graduated. So how does that feel?
I mean, it feels well, man. Like just being able to graduate, go to university in America, which is a lot different from university in Canada, and be able to play soccer at a high level. Is really good. I was able to graduate undergrad, and also because of COVID, I was able to get my master's, which is also a blessing because not many athletes alone get that opportunity to get like a postgraduate degree. So I'm really blessed for that.
Again, yeah, congratulations on your accomplishments again.
Yeah.
We actually did an interview for the first time during COVID. And that was obviously a hard time. Talk a little bit about how you got through COVID and to this point now.
Honestly, I actually enjoyed COVID. Like, I used that as a separation period. So like every day I'll go out and train by myself, whether it's like going out for runs or going to the field, going on the track, trying to do timing my miles. I don't know if you knew Jesse Lingard was doing the same thing as well. So like I would try to keep my times towards his because obviously he's at the Premier League level. So he was doing a mile in 5:16, 5:30. So then, but my best during those times was 5:45, which is not bad, but obviously it's not Jesse Lingard. But yeah, I was training by myself just to keep myself sane. I enjoyed it honestly for me because it was time for me to focus on myself. And I felt like I got better during that period. So
nice. And where are you currently right now? In what part of the States?
Right now, I'm in Des Moines, so I'm playing for the Menace for the summer, just to stay fit and hopefully be able to get an opportunity next season, try to sign somewhere.
Right. And before the school that you're at, the school that you just graduated from, you were at GCU. Can you just talk a little bit about your experience from there and the difference between the two schools?
Yeah, so I loved it at GCU. I had a good 2 years. I thought it was time for me to experience something new. The West Coast soccer and East Coast soccer is very different. West Coast is more possession-based and slow. Wow. Kind of like Spanish league, like the La Liga, BBVA and stuff like that, versus the East Coast is more high tempo, I wouldn't say more kick and run, but it's more high pressure, try to exploit the spaces as fast as you can. So it's two different games. So I know for me, I'm an athletic center back. So I enjoy that game, and I thought it was done well with that as well. So I think it's good to see both different sides. So you get a little taste of both, and then just being able to adjust to the different speeds and stuff like that. So
absolutely. What advice would you give to players that want to go to college or university in regards of just the level of play? What advice would you give them?
Mm-hmm. Honestly, for when I was going to college, I was more focused on soccer just because I wanted to use it as an extra step, just to to go to get faster, stronger for the pro level. So for me, it's just when you go to college, just lock in and be patient because everyone has a different course. And I think college is a good way, especially for defenders, especially because in the pro level, you don't really see many young defenders. So use college as a time to get bigger, get stronger, get smarter, get touches on the ball. So I think just be patient and just keep belief and just keep working hard, keep your head down, and then hopefully your time will come.
Got it. Yeah. Again, you've played with quality players. You're a quality player yourself. you know guys in the pro level. So what are your next steps in order to go pro now?
For me, I think it's more about just staying fit, getting game time. Because honestly, like the only way you get seen is playing games. So like this, I'm using this summer just to play. I know Des Moines is one of the better clubs in USL two, and many people like actually like many scouts and stuff look at them. So just being consistent and just playing at a high level, just being simple, playing smart, playing forward, and just obviously just hopefully just get a chance and get seen.
Got it. USL 2 United Soccer League 2 right underneath USL 1 and USL Championship. So, but I've done a good bit of research on USL 2, but it doesn't seem like there's a pathway to like USL 1 or USL Championship that I know of. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I wouldn't say it's more like so depending on which USL two side you go on, is like different experiences. Like for example, like Knoxville is a new USL two team, but they're actually going to be in the championship next year. So like that's a good pathway. But if you play in that and you do well in front of the coaches, you know you may have an opportunity to play in the championship side. And same thing with the Moines Venice. I'm hearing rumors that they might either join USL one, I believe, or championship. I'm not too sure, but like playing in clubs like that, obviously there's a pathway. But if you're other USL clubs, it may be a little bit different, just depending on if they have our like a first team club in USL one already or or championship, or if they don't, it's just like kind of like a feeder team. So just I think it's doing your research and find the right team that you think will benefit you.
Got it. Malik, you also have Canadian national team experience.
Mhm.
Talk a bit how you got selected, how'd you reach that level, and what's going on with that now?
So when I was younger, I was in the provincial level, playing with my age group in 99s, and then I'm doing well there. I got lucky enough to get called up to train with the 98s as well. A couple weeks, I just done well there, and then joined the U16, I think U15, U14, whatever time it was. They had national team ID camps, and then that's basically where you go there for a week or two. You just play, you just train, and you do well. And I was just doing well, doing what they were telling me to do. And luckily enough, I was able to go to Costa Rica with them and play Costa Rica in a 2-game series. Like I said, there, done well there. And then after I just went to TFC because, you know, they want you to play at a high level consistently with good players. So you could obviously develop as well. So I was just doing that. And then after we had another camp, a 2-game series against the United States in California. And we lost the first game, but we beat them the second game as well. So like I said, just basically I was always just like just doing my best I can. Whatever the coaches ask, I do it. If they want me to like, you know, be aggressive, you know, hit long diags, do whatever they ask. And basically I was just blessed enough to do that.
Got it.
But
You mentioned TFC. Did you enjoy, obviously only positive things, but did you enjoy your experience at TFC? And what would you say about the system that we have here in Canada with Toronto FC in the city?
yeah, well, TFC just I would say just like any other club, you have your ups and you have your downs, but I would say TFC was very high level. Like you have guys like Sean at the time, Glenn, Richie, Cyrus, so many guys at TFC at the time. We're all training together. So like if you play against the best players every day in training, you're only gonna get better. So like that I really enjoyed. Um I was young, obviously, and coming from a Jamaican background, my parents really wanted me to do school, you know, because you know soccer's not forever. So having a plan B, you know, just in case you get hurt or soccer doesn't work out. So that's the reason why I stemmed into the collegiate level. But yeah, when I look back, I definitely would love to go back to like playing at that level again, like where it's like first team or second team. Because playing with the best players is the only way you're gonna get better and challenge yourself every day. So I would definitely say TC was good, and I enjoyed it, my time there.
Got it. Are you working with an agency right now to help push for USL 1 or USLC or MLS?
Right
Or
now,
CPL, if
yeah,
you
yeah. So
wanted to
right
come
now,
back?
pardon?
I said if you wanted to come back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So right now, I am signed currently with an agent. Right now, he's based off in Montreal, but we'll just see where that takes me. But yeah, I was actually on trial for Edmonton this winter, but things didn't work out. I was there for 6 weeks. I was doing well, doing well. Coach liked me a lot, but just financial wise, stuff didn't work out. So just gotta stay fit and hopefully just see what plan God has for me.
Yeah. That's something I've been hearing recently about CPL clubs. Just touch a little bit lightly on, you know, where do you think the CPL will be in 2 years? Do you think it'd be better in a better situation financially and to be able to support players in a better, or do you think it's
Yeah,
gonna
for
be the same?
sure. I mean, just like anything, I think CPO is just like any business. Like when you first start off, you're gonna have your ups and downs. Just like business, even careers, like it's hard when you first start off. Or even if you see CPO from the first year to second year to now it's third year, it's developed a lot. Better players, more financially. So I could only see it getting better and better each and every year. More players are gonna come in, better players are gonna come in. You're gonna get more investors because you're gonna see the rise. Even guys like even you see Canadian soccer is growing. Like you guys have Jonathan David, Alfonso Davies. Just I think Canadian soccer is just going to continue to rise. Even seeing big transfers from the CPL going into the MLS. Like you just saw Lucas McNaughton this season get signed to TFC, as well as the right back from Pacific. So it's like stuff like that is only going to help the league grow, and it's going to open more eyes to investors and around the world. So then I think, yeah, 2, 3, 4 years, I think Canadian soccer is going to be far, far ahead of like what people would have thought.
For sure. And you mentioned again financially with FC Edmonton, but knowing that it's going to grow, wouldn't you want to get that professional status and that game time in the C? Wouldn't you rather that, or you're more so focused on getting into a more established club?
Me, honestly, I don't really have a preference. I just think everyone has a different path. So whether it's my path is in CPO or whether it's in USL or MLS or wherever God wants me to go, I think that's where I'll be. I would enjoy either way, either one, because like, Canada's obviously my home. And that's where like I grew up playing with the guys I played with. But I've also been here in America for the last 4 or 5 years. So like I also like grew love for America, you know what I mean? So I think honestly, whatever team is willing to give me the chance, I'll take it with open arms and be happy to be there and just start my career off there.
100%. You there's something else that you mentioned. You mentioned a backup plan too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So obviously the primary focus is to go pro and sign a professional contract, but backup wise, let's just touch a little bit about that. What would you do?
Yeah, so I got my master's in sports management, and I also love the game. I've been playing the game for the last, for what, 15
Years.
years, I would say, 15, 16
Years.
years. So like, I think I have a passion for the sport. So whether that's me getting into coaching or like me, I definitely thought I'd get into coaching or even becoming like an agent, because I think that's something I would like love to do. I like to like help younger guys and just like, from my experiences trying to like grow the game of soccer. Even I had another idea where like kind of like a life coach, but like soccer specific. Me and one of my collegiate friends actually thought about it because like, raising more awareness for mental awareness, because that's big right now. And like, there's players who are suffering from that because of the pressure of college sports or like professional sports, so I don't know exactly where, but I have different ideas where like, I could either branch off to coaching or becoming a soccer agent or even like trying to be a life coach. I don't know exactly where, but my main focus right now is just trying to get that professional contract.
Yeah, it's coming, man. Soon, bro. Keep pushing.
Hopefully. Yeah, exactly.
Um, and just tapping a little bit back a little bit quickly, how do you keep the balance of being a student athlete?
Yeah. So for me, I thought it was easy because I'm very type A. So like I have to have everything scheduled. So when I was in college, we would actually, when I was at GCU at least, we trained in the morning. So then basically you just have your whole day afterwards just to do whatever you got to do. So I was business. So like after training, I'll go to classes, and then after classes, I'll get lunch. Then I'll probably just go straight to my room or go to my friend's room and just get my schoolwork done. Then I had the rest of the night to do whatever I want, whether that's just to chill out with my friends or play video games or even go on the field to get an extra session in with me and a couple of my buddies. Liberty was a bit different because we trained in the afternoon. So I'll probably like wake up. First thing I would do is do my homework, because I'm just like, I like to get stuff done so I don't have to worry about it. So like even when it came to assignments, I would work like 1 week ahead. So then during that week, if I have a game, I don't have to stress, oh, I have assignment due this weekend. You know what I mean? So I always like to work ahead so that I could just mainly focus on my game and mainly focus on my soccer. But that's just me, because I know like a lot of college kids like to procrastinate, but I'm kind of like the opposite.
100%. That's probably the better path for sure.
Yeah.
And leading towards the end here, before we dive into the fun questions,
Mhm.
you know, what's something that you've experienced being in the States, in school, that you're
Mhm.
like, I wasn't expecting this? What was that one thing? Or it could be multiple things.
Mhm. Well, my freshman year, coming from TFC going into college, I thought it was gonna be a walk in the park. Just because TFC is such a high level, you play training with like basically future pros. So coming into college, it's like it's gonna be a walk in the park. But to my knowledge, like when you play with senior players, like guys who are 22, 23, they're definitely stronger, faster than you are when you're coming in as a 16, 17-year-old. So that was a wake up call, which was a very good wake up call, like I said, because like, playing with older guys, you're only gonna get better. So that was my first wake up call in college. And then I would say second, I would say I think college is honestly more professional than I thought it would be. Like, especially coming to Liberty, the facilities we have is amazing. Like, if you see pictures of what we have a lot that all other colleges don't have. I think that the training staff is very professional and like they really like track players' loads and stuff like that, which I really like, and I think that helps a lot of collegiate guys. So
What
I
is
think
that?
the
What's loads?
professionalism.
What's
So
loads?
like loads. So like you have like GPS tracker, heart rate tracker. So like, you know, training's only gonna be 60 minutes today because we have a game in 2 days. Or like if we had a game like 5 days, we would go like 90% load. You know what I mean? So stuff like that. It's very professional. It's kind of like the pro level where like you see guys get like certain like meal plans or certain gym sessions because of their bodies, which I didn't think that was going to be like in college, but it's very like professional, especially like when you play in the ACC stuff like that. I always told the guys that like ACC is basically like a pro league because it's so like competitive and like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, no,
I'll say
that's good.
that.
It's a great experience too, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Leading towards the end here with the last question, what's your most memorable soccer moment in your life?
I would say I have two. I would say first one, I would say probably national team playing against Team America, and now like on the LA Galaxy facilities. I just think I played against some great players. Like I don't know if you know Nick Tadgley, he was playing at Schalke, I believe, and stuff like that. I just thought that experience was a memorable one. Also, Alfonso Davies was in that camp, and Jonathan David was like just being able to play with those guys, and I see where they are now is just only motivation. And second, I would probably say COVID season. We had a spring season at Liberty, and we were ranked 15th in the nation at one point. And like we were beating like top 25 schools. Like we beat UNC, we beat we tied another top school, and we were just doing well. And like we went like what was it, 8 games with a clean sheet. So I think that was one of my memorable moments for college, I would say. And we're doing well that season. So
Nice. Yeah, and you're in the States too, so that's nice.
yeah.
All right. Well, leading into the fun questions, I just have 10 fun questions. You got to answer them fast.
For sure.
All right. Who's your favorite team?
Chelsea.
Favorite player?
I don't really have one. I just like a lot of players. But if I had to choose, I'll probably choose right now. I'll probably just say Virgil van Dijk.
Virgin Van Dyke, yeah. Favorite
Yeah.
food?
Jerk chicken and rice.
Favorite artist musically?
I would say Drake or Little Baby.
Choose one. Let me hear who this is gonna be.
Drake, because he's from Toronto, so I have to go with Drake.
Let's go. Messi or Ronaldo?
Okay, I will sorry for that. That's funny because I have a group chat with a bunch of my friends, and almost like every other week is argument Messi or Ronaldo, Messi or Ronaldo. And I'm like, honestly, I just say like, why not like both? Because they're both like one of a kind players. But right now, I would say Messi because I just seen like a Twitter picture where like he had the most assists in the last decade and most goals. So stats speak for itself. So I'll say Messi.
Would you rather score a free kick or a PK last minute goal to win the game?
To win the game,
Yeah.
free kick.
Bardizzle.
Yeah.
And then the last one, if you were a coach and you were able to sub in any player in history to win a game, who would that be? From any
Messi.
generation.
Oh, from any generation?
Any generation.
I'll still go with Messi.
Wow. Man. All right, Malik, before we go, I just want to thank you for taking the time for joining us on the One Soccer Nation podcast today.
Appreciate it. Thank you guys for having me.